Hello class, today's topic is evolution. We have seen so much of diversity around us, different type of the organism living in different environmental conditions as if they are made for that. Siberian husky, suppose you see the color, it's much more suitable for the snow-filled air mountains. While in case of this Jaroba found in the desert area, they can get the water from the seeds only, dry seeds. Similarly, different other organisms as per according to their environmental needs, which can save them from their predators. The biodiversity can be seen and a balance you can see in the nature where different organisms are living together. This was studied by the Charles Darwin to explain its theory of the evolution when he went to the Galapagos Island in his sea voyage of HMS Beagle. He found that being in an island place that is near to the equator in the Pacific Ocean, this island is very much full of different varieties of the flora and fauna. That is, a large biodiversity can be seen in the Galapagos Island. Different type of the amphibians and other, because of the presence of the water and the land, were found in this. The Darwin studied the biodiversity and found that the organisms, they are adapted to their environmental conditions, and for that he studied his finches. These birds are called the finches. Variety of the birds can be seen in that area on the basis of their feeding habit. How they are evolved from same ancestors to the different forms, which are a new form which cannot interbreed, are the part of the studies of the Darwin. He found that the single bird is differentiating with each other because of their different type of the beaks. He termed it as evolution and gave place to his book on the origin of the species. But can we consider that the monkeys gave rise to the human beings, or the human beings evolved from the monkeys? The question is, how is it possible? How the different forms of the organism can be there? Logically and reasoning, if you will do, you will find out that there are so many things which can be common. For example, if you'll see this tortoise, can you think this type of the biodiversity can be seen in case of fishes or the birds or the tortoise? Can they be converted into from the simpler form to the complex form? It was found that most of the organisms, they are adapted to their environmental conditions and can live only when they are in that particular environment only. Or too much of the biodiversity can be seen. It is because of a compound present in our chromosomes, present inside the nucleus, and that is called DNA, or deoxyribose nucleic acid. This deoxyribose nucleic acid is having the genetic code made up of guanine, adenine, thymine and cytosine. Combined together forms a particular genetic code and passes from one generation to the another generation. In the simple unicellular organism amoeba, we have seen that during the binary fission, the nucleus increases in size or doubles in amount, divides, followed by the division of the cytoplasm, giving rise to the two amoeba forms. Each are having the genetically and morphologically similar characters. So these characters are passing from one generation to another. But is it possible that the same are happening in human beings? If you'll see different varieties of the dogs, you will find out that they are from one single origin, that is from the fox. These, when men started taming the animals, he started taming the less harmful foxes, which in the due course of the time period, millions of years of ago, changed into the different forms, forming approximately 360 species of the organism. But what does this term species means? Species means that all those organisms having the similar characters, almost similar characters, and can interbreed among themselves. They may be smaller in size or the different in size and shape, but having the capability to interbreed among themselves makes them of the same species. So the fox gave rise to the all the different forms of the dogs. It is because of the presence of the sperms getting from the male and the eggs from the female, and when the fusion is taking place, fertilization occurs. During this fertilization, the exchange of the genetic material takes place, and this exchange of the genetic material, that is your DNA, during the prophase 1 stage of the meiosis brings the variations and the mutations. These variations and mutations can be useful or harmful for the organism or for the species, causing the formation of new DNA recombinations. These DNA recombinations are based on linkage and crossing overs. Sometimes they are non-meshed or unmeshed pair is formed, which are harmful for the organism, but they may result into the new formation or the evolutions, which may be having the better survival chances in the changing environment. Sometimes those changes are so much so good that particular type of the character is carried out generation after generation. For example, in case of the human beings, blue eye and fair color is a mutated characteristics in human beings which help them to survive in the low sunlight area also, and their progeny increases. Now people you can see with the different colors of the eyes are easily able to survive in this environmental condition. During the 1992, before industrialization in the England, the plants, they were having a coating of the lichens where the white moths were easily camouflaged so that they will be easily escaped from the predators, while in case of the black one, after the industrialization, the lichens they disappear and the black one increases. There are certain mutations which can be useful or harmful, or some are being not affecting that particular organism. But only thing is that will be able to survive after the mutation or the variations which can cope up with the environment. The color of the organism is most of the cases is saving it from the predators. This type of the selection by the nature is known as the natural selection. And due to this natural selection only, the Darwin explains that there are the several varieties which were able to survive even if they are having that characters which are different from their original species. Due to their different type of the resistance developing power, they will be much more easily able to survive in that particular condition. Most of the time, the character which is helping the organism will prevail in the next generation and help it to survive or cope up with the environmental condition. There are different organisms which can be living together, but they are having the different character. For example, in case of the finches of the Darwin in the Galapagos Island, they came from the equator region. Because of the large amount of the food available in the island area, they were able to reproduce very fast, and large number of the finches were there. Later on, they faces the scarcity of the food, causing the same mates destroying their next progeny. So some of them which are having the beaks somewhat flattened, they were not able to catch the insects, but can easily crack the seeds. So they were eating the seeds or the fruits, while those which are having the sharp beak can easily catch the insect. So they were insectivores. So both having the different type of the eating habits were able to survive in their ecological niches, where the frugivores and the insectivores both are surviving together, due to which they form their own community or the group and start multiplying in their number. In that case, the difference in the beaks help them to survive. Their changes or the variations takes place generation after generation, leading to form the 12 different forms from the single origin of the finches, giving rise to the adaptive radiations. Means that adaptation makes them to radiate to form the new species. When the new species are being formed which are totally different from the original species and cannot pass to the next generation or multiply with the next generation, it is called speciation.